Hello and good morning and welcome to Awakening the Force Yoga with me, Yogi Cecily. I'll be your instructor for today and we are going to wake it up on this Wednesday morning. Hello, this Wednesday morning in Northern California. Hi, how is everybody out there? I hope you're doing well. You found me here on Facebook. I am on Facebook. Doing this class Wednesday mornings, but you might also find me on YouTube as Yogi Cecily because I take these classes and I upload them. I'm supposed to upload them onto YouTube, and there's lots of classes there for you. If you want to take the class live, you meet up with me here. This is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and definitely if you want to make a donation to any of my social media classes, just hop on to venmo.com/Cecily-guest. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Jennifer Fallow, who is a seller and distributor of Zia Activewear. Zia Activewear, and I'm wearing Zia Activewear tights this morning because I love them. I wore them yesterday too. So just a few notes there on where to find me, how to donate, and how we can all support each other in this now digital age, right? We have a lot of women doing at-home businesses now, so I definitely want to support my friend. That's Jennifer Fallow. If you go over to the Zia Activewear, you can put her name in and she will help you get the tights and the outfits that you want so you can be active and practice yoga, which is what we're here for this morning. Now, this is Awakening the Force Yoga, and I always like to start with a reading or an intention, and I read a lot this fantastic book, The Heart and Science of Yoga by Leonard Perlmutter. That's Perlmutter. Now, I don't know if he does it anymore, but he used to kind of have not an ashram, but an institute in North America. I'm not exactly sure where, but they used to produce these pamphlets every month. A lot of religious organizations do that, and the pamphlet was called Transformation. And the coolest thing about the pamphlet, it was basically, he would take parts out from the book and then sort of just dialogue it a little bit more. So one of the things you're going to get in this book is the concept of Preya versus Shreya, which is passing pleasure, which is Preya, Preya, versus Shreya, Shreya, which is perennial joy. Passing pleasure or perennial joy. Let's just take a deep breath on that one. They both sound wonderful, yeah? So they both sound great. So, do I want passing pleasure? Passing pleasure sounds good, but it's passing. It's kind of going back and forth like, Or do I want perennial joy? I like perennial joy, but that perennial piece, so how do I make joy like a 24/7, 365, 52 weeks a year? How do I make joy an all-time thing? Now, this is just a great contemplation for us already because we do start to realize that happiness, pleasure passes. And I really think sometimes that's what gets us down. If you think about it, what gets us down is you're like, well, I'm not feeling that joy, that perennial joy. And then you get into the happiness thing, and then you get into the pleasure thing, and then you get into the prosperity thing, and that's just always coming and going. So, all right, so here he says, Preya, short-term gratification. The first category of thought is called Preya. Preya is defined as short-term ego or sense gratification that conflicts with our intuitive inner wisdom. It conflicts with our intuitive inner wisdom. Preya promises immediate gratification and usually delivers. So this is the tricky part about it. Usually you're going to get that little short-term gratification. That's nice. You're going to get it most of the time. But like the Doppler effect, the pleasure is either coming, or going. The pleasure of Preya cannot last, even though it's pleasant, attractive, familiar, comfortable, and extremely easy to give our attention to. There it is. So that's it. So it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's the coming, 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 going, 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 the wave-like effect of it. So if you're in a trough, no wonder we have these moments of depression, because you're in a trough in between the Preya, right? So Shreya, highest and greatest good, perennial joy, highest and greatest good. The second kind of thought that appears in our awareness is the Shreya, and its nature is expansive. Yes, initially the Shreya may not be very pleasant. Wait a minute. So perennial joy, right in the beginning, might not be pleasant. That's, okay, let's think about that more. We might have to talk on that later. The Shreya may not be very pleasant. It might not be attractive or comfortable or familiar to us. But the choice of Shreya, like exercising the body and meditating every day, which I know that you're doing, inevitably becomes deeply satisfying, because it always leads toward lasting joy. In the realm of food choices, for example, the Shreya might be broccoli with dinner. Emotionally, it might appear as compassion and forgiveness or fearlessness. All right, so definitely check out the book, The Heart and Science of Yoga by Leonard Perlmutter. There's no asana in the book, right? So you're going to get the book and you're going to be like, where's the yoga? So this book is so good for your yogic growth outside of asana. Of course, that's really where we're going, is towards self-realization and enlightenment. Now, what does asana do for us? That's what we're getting ready to do. So I'm going to slide off my bolster and get onto my little folded blanket, and we'll start with some sitting. So what does asana do for us? It's very tricky, because we might think, well, then I don't need asana practice. I want to do the Vedanta, the more mindful practices, and we need that. But you've got two things in this material world. You've got your body and you have your mind. And so why take the asana? Why exercise at all? The reason being is, if the body is not healthy, then it will distract the mind inevitably, right? So if you have pain, if you have illness, if you have discomfort in your body, and you can relieve that in some kind of way, then you definitely want physical practices that help the body stay strong and healthy, so that the body is no longer a distraction to the work of mindfulness, right? So oddly, we actually use mindfulness, yes, to bring us to working the body. So we work the body mindfully. We work the body mindfully. I'm going to say it one more time. We work the body mindfully. Yes? Right. So breathing. Let's start with breathing. I've got my right foot on the top. My left foot is under. And let's start with breathing and twisting. So I'm going to inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Now I want to do this one more time. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. All right, easy peasy. Now that might just seem very rudimentary and very why do I need that? But here's the thing. We work the body mindfully. That means we start with breath, and we start with movement in breath. What is Vinyasa? A lot of people want to do Vinyasa. What is Vinyasa yoga? Vinyasa yoga is movement connected to breath, not necessarily sun salutes. So what I'm doing right now is Vinyasa. Will you do it with me again? Yeah, I'm going to get it into my Mr. Rogers. Will you do it with me? Yeah, you will. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. All right, so that's one practical way to do this. Now, another practical way to do this, I'm going to inhale, center, exhale, right. Then I'm going to inhale and exhale several times on this side. Okay, let's feel the effect of that. I'm going to inhale, center, exhale, right, stay here, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. This is fantastic. Exhale. And I just got a little chiropractic click in my spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, center, and release. Now I want to add in a forward fold. I'm going to reach my arms out wide. The wider your hands, the easier it is for your body to release downward. So I take my hands out nice and wide and release down. Take a breath there and come on up. All right, so everyone can do this. And I was just in a clubhouse club. The club is Audacious Black Women or something fantastic. Like, you know, if you're on Clubhouse, you see the title of a room and you're like, I'm there. I'm an audacious Black woman. Boom, right? So I went to the room and they're talking about health and wellness practices, you know. And I was talking to them. Let's go inhale left, exhale center. Sorry, inhale center. Exhale right. And inhale center. Exhale left. And inhale center. And exhale right. Inhale center. And one more time, we're going to go to the left and breathe several times here. Yeah, so you're inhaling and exhaling. I'm in this room, and of course, I let them know that I have a morning yoga class. And so then everybody started chirping about, you know, the beauty and the wisdom of exercise in the morning, right? So, and then the host described, she said, I don't like the word exercise, I like to use the word movement. Let's come back to the center, movement, yes? Inhale, reach out, exhale, bend forward. You can always put your forehead on a block, yeah? You could always just rest on a block. You could use 3 blocks and put your hands on a block, yeah? So let's come on, up, 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 up. And let's get into a little bit more movement. I'm gonna come off of the blanket and actually, I'm gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna set the blanket forward out of the way and I'm gonna take a block. I'm gonna take a block this morning and put it between the ankles and the shins. I'm gonna take my beads off. And if you have another block, that's, oops. Wardrobe malfunctions, hold on, I gotta get the mic back in. If you have 2 blocks, you can grab 2 blocks. So one is at the ankles and the shins, and the other is in my hands, and you can hold it wide or you can hold it narrow. I'm gonna hold it narrow, so it's almost like kind of like a prayer position, right? So let's do 5 breaths. Each one is gonna get a little larger. And I want you to notice I have a bend at my elbows and I have a slight bend at the knees. I'm going to take a breath, belly button to the spine, and anchor my lumbar down. Here's the first one. Inhale. Exhale up and center. See, wasn't that nice? Now you decide if you want to go further. We have 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. You decide if you want to go further. Inhale. But the deal is you got to keep your lower back down. Exhale. And look at how slow and mindful I'm moving. Inhale. I want to go a little lower, but not much. Exhale. And we're going to do one more. Inhaling. Yeah. Exhaling. Okay, I'm going to take the blocks out and add in what I usually add in, roll forward, roll back. Now, if you do these morning classes with me, you'll notice she always does that. She always does roll forward, roll back. I really want to encourage students, all students, to work in the floor, work with the floor, right? Get your body rolling. There are many fitness techniques that are it's all rolling on the floor. Like, what? Who would do that? I know, but it's a thing, right? So let's go inhale, exhale, forward, and add in a gentle forward fold. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my block on the high side, take my hands behind me, take a deep breath, inhale, and then just let my forehead go down on the block. So you notice that? So this is a fantastic yin position. And I do like to use some yin yoga in the morning. And if I'm going to use yin yoga in the morning, I actually don't
stay long enough to be officially yin. So what am I saying? To do official yin, you got to stay in the position 2 to 5 minutes so that there's a complete muscular release. But in the morning, I just stay not even a minute, and then come on up. And then let's get back to our moving pattern, right? So this is 5 breaths. If you don't have a block, you could always use a rolled towel, yeah? So, or a pillow, right? I could use one of my pillows, so you could use a rolled towel. You just need something to hug your legs into, right? And then I've got my block here. Could you do it with a dumbbell or something a little bit heavier? Yeah, you could, but again, look, here's the thing. It's morning. So it's this morning practice, different than maybe afternoon or evening. That might be more vigorous. Here we are. Here's breath 1. Exhale. Look how long the retention. See? Internal retention. Inhale, 2. Exhale up. Inhale, 3. Exhaling. Inhale, 4. I find this very meditative. I don't know about you. I think I could fall asleep here. Exhale. Inhale, 5. See the internal retention? I just relax. And then exhale up. Great. Did you see that? All right. Setting the blocks aside. Let's roll forward, roll back. Now, you could just do that. Just do the combination of that breathing pattern and roll back and roll forward. And if you are a beginner, if you are feeling like not into it, then just do that. Just do these 2 things, right? 5 breaths with the blocks. Roll forward, roll back, or actually do these 3 things. Roll forward, roll back about 5 times, and then do your yin forward, forward. See, I'm going to inhale. Exhale. Oh, that feels so good, right? You could add a towel. I love the folded towels in yin yoga because it adds an extra inch or 2, right? So if the block isn't high enough, you just add a towel. Oh, my. Let's hold here. Breathe. 3. I'm going to inhale through the nose. 2. Exhale through the mouth. And 1. Oh, do you love it? I love it so much, okay? Now let's come on and roll onto our belly. Now to get onto my belly, I'm going to face in the other direction. So sometimes I like to do facing the left side. You're going to notice that's how I use my mat in these classes. I use my mat going right to left instead of facing you straight on. And you know what I want to do is actually get into the rear chain muscles, yes? So 5 times we're just going to lift the head, just the head, up 1. Exhale, forehead down. And 2. Exhale, forehead down. And 3. I love it already. Exhale, forehead down. And 4. And exhale, forehead down. And 5. Exhale, forward, down. Isn't that something? Yeah. Now from here, I am going to go ahead and get my towel. It depends on where you are, but sometimes I want to put my forehead on the towel so I get something a little comfy. And now I'm just going to lift my arms. So I'm going to take my arms out to the sides. So just the elbows go up. 1. And exhale down. 2. Right? Exhale down. Now remember, if you were looking for something more vigorous, 3, just hop on over to YouTube. Exhale down. Find me, Yogi Cecily, on YouTube. 4, up, 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 and down. And then you can just find one of the more vigorous vinyasa flows. And 5. Just remember, this is morning. This is my Awakening the Force morning class. Good. Now I'm going to combine the head and the elbows, arms, lifting up. 1. Exhale down. You're going to start to feel the back muscles. 2, which are very weak. Exhale down. And up, up. 3. So this is a kind of Shalabhasana, yes? And down. And again, up, up. 4. And down. Yes, 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 yes. One more. Up, up. 5. and down. All right, wonderful. Lift up onto your elbows. Yes, great. And so with the elbows out in the front, you know that you're set up for Cobra. A lot of times as an instructor, people ask me, what's the difference between Cobra and upward facing dog? And I say position of the elbows. You see how the elbows are down and they're out in front? Open out your palms. These are five Cobras. Pressing the mat forward, sending the ribs back, lengthening your arms, and then the upper ribs go up, up, up while the shoulders roll back. You look up, inhale, and then exhale down. Look, bow your forehead. Bow down, bow down. And 4, inhaling, up, up, up. Cobra, Bhujangasana, exhaling down. Look how long the internal retentions. Inhaling. Internal retention, hold. Exhaling down, and you will feel your back. You will feel your lower back. It needs to get some work too. Up, up, up. Now, of course, if you have herniated disc issues, that is something that you know, and maybe you don't go as high or as deep into your back bend. Down, down, down. That's something that you know. And let's just do one more here. 1. Bhujangasana, the Cobra, extending the arms, rolling the shoulders back, and then inhale, exhale, release. Great. Place your forehead back down. Okay. Now we're going to bring the toes together. Or actually, no, let's separate your feet a little bit. Separate your feet, I don't know, about 8 inches, right? And so we're going to bring the big toes together as the feet come up. Check this out. You do not want your hips away from the floor. And I know that's going to happen for many people. When you bring your feet in, your hip sockets are going to rise. Just remember, that's the one you don't want. The one you do want is where the hip sockets stay down and you get this pure hamstring curl without the hip flexor. So that's 1. Good. And up, up, up. 2. And open. This is the inhale. When you open, exhale. 3. See, the big toes are going to come together. Inhaling, and you can see the belly of my hamstring well contract. We actually need to work on contracting in the hamstrings and open. So, well, that doesn't sound right. Give me 2 more. I want to stretch my hamstrings. Well, you also want to contract them. And 1 more. See, the big toes, they start apart and you draw them together, squeezing in, and release. Okay, this is the last exercise in this position. It's the combination of the Cobra and the hamstring curl. So I got my elbows out in front. Yes, bow your forehead down so your face is relaxed, jaws relaxed, and definitely feel your pubic bone and your hip sockets down in the mat. Here we are, 5 times. Start the Cobra, halfway through the Cobra, add the feet, and curl up, 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 and down. Good, breathe. Again, up. Now be careful with this exercise because sometimes I do get a Charlie horse in my hamstrings. So don't be surprised if that happens and down. And some people will get a Charlie horse or cramps in their feet. So I just put that in there anecdotally if that's happening. It's quite common. Now, why is it happening? I don't know. I just know that it might happen. We've got 2 more, up, up, up. I mean, I've read about why it happens, but the jury's not out scientifically as to why we get cramps in Charlie horses. Hydration, electrolytes, and down, down, down. Definitely something in the nervous system, yeah? Okay, great. Come on up nice and easy to all 4s. Oh, okay, you came up to all 4s. Are you feeling it? Oh, you feel this entire rear chain, hamstrings. I don't know, so if you're getting that little bit of Charlie horse in the feet, you might feel your arches got to work out because of the pointing of the toes, hamstrings, everything got to work out there. Please take some body circles here, and we're just taking the body around and around and around and around. Go the other way and inhale, exhale, around. Oh my, round. Breathe, inhale, exhale, round. Give me 2 more this way, round. Inhale, exhale, round, and give me one more round. Fantastic. Okay, maybe you have yoga blocks. If you don't, it's okay. But in the morning, I really like to use the blocks. Yes, so start with your right foot, step it through, bring it back. Left leg, step it through, bring it back. Say it again and out, and back again. You can flex the foot or not. You could point and back. I think if you're an old school ballet dancer, your instinct is going to be to point and back. I need 4 more of these. 4 and back. I need 3 more of these. 3 and back. I need 2 more. 2 and back. I need 1 more. 1, yes, yes, and back. Great, wonderful. I'm going to face you. And another pose that I almost always do in the morning is Padikasana, the gate. So to set up the gate, I've got my blocks in the front, and I'm going to take the left leg out to the side. Good. Lift up with the arms in a letter T. Now, I just want to go back and forth from here to hands to the floor and bow. 1. Up. Oh, feels so wonderful. And down. Up. I think one of the main reasons to move in the morning is you really just connect it with your body, and you're like, whatever else is going to happen today, you know what? Right? And down. However, I do want to say hello to my friends in Europe who might be watching, and down. You know, it's the afternoon for them. So maybe this is a break in the middle of the day, right? Exhaling down. Good. We're going to keep the hands down on the ground and then stretch them out. The left hand goes to the left foot. The right hand goes over to the right. Maybe you have your towel back. Maybe not. Maybe you're on a carpet and your forehead goes down. Oh, goodness. I just love this position. To get a little more stretch on the left side, we're going to take both hands over to the left. Oh, gosh. And there is a way to twist where your head actually comes back to the center line. See, so I left the towel there. You could stretch with your head away from the center line, or you could bring your body back to the center line, yes? And of course, there's different things you can do with the top hand. Oh, 3, 2, 1. All right, so variations on Padikasana. Wasn't that nice? Yeah, okay, and let's do the other side. So I'm keeping a little bit everything in place. The right foot goes out. And you know, can I tell you, just in the morning, I don't know about you, but in the morning, my joints are really just cranky. So what I'm saying is, so we move mindfully, yes? And if I just do gentle flow, gentle yoga, I guess, I don't know. I call it morning yoga. I don't think it's gentle. I call it morning yoga. If I wake up my body, if I wake up my joints, then when we get to the middle of the day, or when I get to my more vigorous practice, I'm ready, I'm open, I'm ready. And up, up, up. Oh, and exhaling down. And one more, up, up, up. Oh, and exhaling down. See, we're going to stay down here, stretch the arms out. The right hand goes towards the right foot, the left arm goes out. It feels a little bit like happy babies, or sorry, a little bit like child's pose with one leg out. And so since we have this one leg out to the right, we're going to take both hands to the right. Now remember, when you get over to that side, there's so many different ways to do this. You can take your head over to the right leg. You can. So right. So, oh, and that feels good. You know. And then you can rather bring your torso back to the center line. You can feel there's a little bit of effort to get the torso back to the center line. And now this is more of a twist. This is more of a twist than a draw. The other one I would call a draw, like draw your torso over to the right. And this one is a twist from the center line. See that? Okay, great. We come up, 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 and we are now going to Prasarita Tanasana. So I'm going to set my feet wide. I'm going to get my blocks back in. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get my bar. I'm gonna get my bar. You might have seen I did, there's one more workout I did last week. No, I wasn't here last week, week before, and I got a little body bar. And so I wanted to do one more class with the bars. So anybody following who's using a bar instead of blocks, this is the time to get it. And I will tell you that this is a 4-pound bar, and I think that's just about right. But if you have like a 7-pound bar, or that'll work. A 5 or a 7, that'll work. So I've got my bar, and I'm going to lift halfway up out of Prasarita, get my fingers underneath it. I'm going to come up almost like a deadlift, like what a bodybuilder does, a deadlift, and do a bicep curl, right? Inhale, exhale, and then we go back down. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this, wash and repeat. Now you might say, but Cecily, I don't have a body bar, so what am I doing if I don't have a body bar? If you don't have the body bar, you're going all the way up. Prayer position, all the way down. Prayer position, all the way up. Prayer position, all the way down. You have the body bar, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Let's everybody do 3 more. All the way down. I love it so much. All the way up, it's like all the way down. I love to move. And I'm warming up all the way up. We're getting to a little bit warmer weather. Finally, all the way down. Let's stay down. Good. Take both hands over to the left ankle. Let's do the draw first. So this is a draw. I'm drawing my face over to the left. Put the right hand in the center, and now take the twist. Twist. I want to do that again. Yes? 2 more times. So both hands to the left. Draw to the left. Exhale. Center, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Draw to the left. Center, twist. 3, 2, 1, and good. Let's go back to the bar or prayer position. So up, exhale, down. Now I'm doing this like an old school bodybuilder, up with straight legs, not necessary. Soft bend, fantastic. Up. So if I have a soft bend, it feels like horse stance in martial arts. Again, 2 more. Up, and down. And if you're doing it without the bar, prayer position, up, and prayer position down. Look how that all sorted out for everybody. Okay, right side, both hands on the ankle. Draw. I have some stiffness here. Yeah. And left hand center, right arm twisting up. So what is stiffness in the morning? You know that's in the fascia, right? We're losing some fluidity in the fascia, some of the wetness and slipperiness, the sliding slipperiness of the fascia. Twist up, right? And so that's cool. That's all right. You know what I mean? The body goes through a little bit of a rigor mortis at night. Like what? It actually goes through something very similar to rigor mortis. Let's draw. Stay on the right side. Turn to the right. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Downward facing dog. Okay, great. Great. I want to go to plank. Inhale, downward dog, exhale, moving. Plank, inhale, downward dog, exhale. 6 more. Plank, inhale, downward dog, exhale. You're moving. 5 and back. So many people think 4 and back that they have to do sun salutes. 3 to do yoga. I am not a believer of that. 2 more, right? 1, if you were born without arms, how are you going to practice yoga? You would think that person can't practice yoga, but yeah, they can. That doesn't make any sense. So we have a plank pose, which can always go in place of chaturanga, and then downward dog, and you can always bring your knees down. Yes? So you could always go a little bit forward with knees down, yes, and you could always take downward dog with knees down. So that's what I'm doing now. Knees go down, I go a little bit forward. Hey, there's something different happening here. I don't know if you feel it, But if you do it with the knees down and a little push forward, and you send your energy back and you keep your knees bent, you feel your abdominals. Why are my abs on fire now? Hello. Yeah? So my personal trainers out there, you all know why my abs are on fire now, right? So sometimes doing the big old planks and the big old sun salutes, you're missing out on some straight ahead core conditioning. Yes? So one more forward. See, a little tuck the tailbone, and one more back. Downward dog, slight bend in the knees. Great. Walk your hands back to your feet. Here's your forward fold. Nice, beautiful. From here, stand all the way up, and you notice here I've got my bar. I'm going to stand up with the bar. Oh, nice. Holding onto the bar. Good. Right knee up. Extend, bend, and down. Left knee up. Extend, bend, and down. Now I'm using the bar, right knee up. We're going to keep this going. We've got 6 more, bend and down, and left knee. You can do chair yoga, right? A lot of people do chair yoga, but sometimes that can be cumbersome. So if you want to have some kind of support, right? So I want a little bit of support. Right? Give me one more each leg, but I want something that can move with me, right? It can move with me. And one more, here, out, yes, and down. Step the right foot forward, warrior 3, yes, warrior 3. Now when you have a bar, your hands aren't going to go out, your hands aren't going to go on your hips, your hands are just going to be boom, 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 right on the bar. The bar is out with my left ear, because I'm standing on my right foot. Yeah, oh, hello. Bend and come back to a lunge, a full lunge. Now, I'm going to repeat all of this for folks who don't have a bar. Like, what are you doing? Well, you're doing your normal yoga positions. Arms are reaching out or arms are reaching up. Good, good. I'm going to keep this bar in place. Turn out the back foot. And what is this? Virabhadrasana 1. See, just that turn out in the back foot makes it Virabhadrasana 1. Breathing, breathing, breathing. 3, 2, 1. Good. Virabhadrasana 2. Yes. And turning, turning, turning. Look what I do with the bar. Hi, bar. Oh, it's like she's like a ballroom dancer. Hey. Right? Right? Ginger and Fred. Fred and Ginger. 3, 2, 1. Great. Coming back down to the lunge. And walk your hands back to your feet. Stand all the way up, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Walk out to plank. Take any variation chaturanga vinyasa you like. We're not going to do a lot this morning. See, I made a nice soft cobra, a nice bended knee position, and I want to do 2 more of these. Walk out plank. So that was a very soft variation. Stand all the way up, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Walk out to plank. Here's a more firm chaturanga, chaturanga vinyasa. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. And we do one more walk back vinyasa. Stand all the way up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Walk out to plank. Chaturanga. I'm not going to do chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Look at the flexed feet. Downward facing dog. So many variations. Okay, sweet people, from here, right leg lift, right foot step forward in the lunge. Let's meet up in Prasarita Tanasana. Just 3 times, stand all the way up. Inhaling. Exhale, down. 2 more, stand all the way up. Inhaling, with or without the bar, right? Exhaling, and 1 more. Up, 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 inhaling. Yes, yes, yes. And exhale, turning to the left side, lunge and hold. Look what I got here. So you're going to come up into your lunge and take the bar up with you. Plant it. Plant it. Like I'm here. Like the dudes on the moon, you know. Plant it. I'm here. I have arrived. Good.
So this is Crescent Warrior, and if you don't have the bar, of course, your hands are up. I'm going to turn out the back foot. Check out, I just pivot, pivot, pivot on the ball of the foot, right? And then lay the foot down flat. Yes, there's a little bit of a turn out, a teeny, teeny bit of a turn out. Sitting into the lunge, using the energy of the bar to tell me if I'm centered. You know, if you're leaning forward, you're going to know now, aren't you? Yes? So you got to bring the chest back. And then changing this into Warrior 2, I'm just going to bring the bar around with me. Hi, right? So, ballroom dancer. Should be able to pass the bar elegantly along the front of your body. Isn't this nice? Working with a different tool. Wonderful. And then we're going to turn back to center. Good. From here, going to push up. Yes, step your feet together. Nice. See that? Okay, so we've got a Warrior 3 coming, don't we? Push the bar forward. Step the left foot forward. Hold on. Plant it out there. Lean in. So the bar is going to go near your right ear. And I like working with the bar instead of blocks, instead of kind of going like boop all the way down to the floor of blocks. This is actually hard. This is actually hard to do with the bar. It's just enough support. It's not a complete support like a chair, but it's just enough support that you can figure things out. All right? Great. Let's come out of there. Good. Prasarita, Tanasana, forward fold. And that's going to be it for us today with the bar. But if you are still using it, please go ahead. Turn to the right side, lunge, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, exhale, stand all the way up, inhaling. We do 3 rounds, sun salutes here, exhale, forward fold. Walk out plank. Take your variation, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Feel that. Love that. Feel that. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Walk the hands back to the feet. Breathing, enjoying, standing all the way up. Inhale. Remember, perennial joy. Remember, perennial joy might not feel comfortable at first. You know, if you're just getting into yoga practice, you're like, this sucks. I don't like this. I don't like getting up earlier. I don't like the way my muscles burn. I get it. But when you go to that doctor's appointment and the doctor says, wow, your blood pressure has come down. You seem to have less inflammation. Your breath is better. Your breath volume is better. Then you're like, oh, well, I like that. I like the peace of mind. The peace of mind that comes with being healthy and well in your body. Dig it? From here, downward facing dog. Right leg is going to lift. Step the right foot forward, lunge. Prasarita Tanasana. Stand all the way up, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Turn to the left side lunge. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lift. Left foot step. Prasarita Tanasana. Just last time. Stand all the way up, inhaling. And place your hands on your hips. Excellent, excellent. Step your feet together in the center. Good. And I just want to finish with a little standing balance. A little standing balance. You know, in the legacy of practices, I will say, remind everyone, the Bikram yoga, the Bikram formulas have a little bit more standing balance. And then Ashtanga has the whole standing balance sequence. Let's do them both. Let's do as much as we can here. First standing balance pose, elegant pose, beautiful pose. Vinyasa. Take the right foot. Now the right foot can go inside or cross over. If you do cross over, put a slight bend in the standing leg so the hook will stay, so the foot won't slide down your leg. Place your hands in prayer and meditate. Richard Freeman says, you'll find a teeny bit of Sukhasana. Sukha, sweetness, sustainable sweetness. Then everybody place both hands on the foot and release. Arms go overhead, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. We bow, 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 bow. Let it go. Stand all the way up, inhaling. And prayer position. Left foot, Virksasana, tree pose. Tree pose. And you can just say, I'm just going to put the foot high on the inside. I want you to notice how my toes are not on my leg, but my heel bone is really pushing in, right? And if you want to cross the foot over, cross over Virksasana, and then we meditate. We meditate. Meditate. 5, 4, 3, Sukha. Sukha 2. Want everybody, both hands on the foot to take it out. That's just a nice, elegant way to do this. Arms overhead, inhaling. Oh, exhale, forward fold. Lovely. Stand all the way up, inhaling. What's next? Hands on your hips. Garudasana Eagle, my favorite. So if you're using your bar for balance, you're using a chair for balance, use it. Right knee up. Right ankle around the back of the left. Arms out. Left arm goes on top, so if the right leg is on the top, then the left arm goes on top. I'm going to lower my hand so I can see you. And many modern people will take a forward fold over the posture. I'm not going to add this in morning practice. I'm going to bring my fingers back up to the face, and I want you to notice how my elbows are going to lift. 3, 2, 1. Unravel and release. Garudasana, arms overhead, inhaling. Fantastic pose. Is going to lift the pelvic floor and massage the ligaments of the ankles, knees, and the hip socket. Fantastic pose, as well as the wrist, elbows, and shoulders. Left knee. Look at how I bend. There's a little bit of bending and sitting. Then the left foot goes around the back of the right. Settle in. Right arm on top of the left. I'm going to lower my hand so I can talk at you. Right? But you know, the real deal with this pose is to really be sitting upright. It is not, you can lean forward, but a lot of people lean forward and really don't connect the elbows to the knees. So I'm going to go ahead and add the lean forward. If you are leaning forward, you have to connect with the bottom knee, not the upper knee. So that's a tall order that we don't really need. We actually don't necessarily need that. Forward fold, let it all go. Let it go, let it go. She says, let it go. Come on up, inhale, and hands on the hips. What's next? Sirsasana, head to knee. I'm going to turn a little quartered out to you so you can see it. Very difficult pose in the Bikram legacy. Sirsasana. The right knee will rise. What makes it hard? The forward fold. Over. You can put a soft bend in the standing leg, but of course if you're a Bikram student, you don't. And then extend the leg. You do not have to extend the leg. It's already very difficult. 3, 2, and 1. Release. And I did not add the bow. You know, traditionally you're meant to bow your head down. And I just want to give a shout out to all of the teachers. Let's raise the left knee. All of the teachers teaching online. When you're following your online teachers, just have a little bit of empathy and compassion, because we do have to do things a little bit differently, because the microphones and the lights and the little bit of makeup and whatever is going on, right? 3, 2, 2. So if you bowed your head, it is in the design to actually bow the forehead down. And 1. And release. Whoa! Arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. What's next? Let that go. Now, come on up. We got one more. Very, very famous pose. The dancer's pose, Natarajasana. I'm going to turn a little bit quartered to you. Standing on the right foot, take the left hand back. Now, here's the point that I give all of my clients and all my students. Whatever you do, reach back for your foot. Reach back and say, foot, yes. Come to me. See, and the foot goes in your hand. You don't need to see it. You have to remember, your body wants to be with itself. Your foot wants to be with your hand. It's just maybe been a long time. Here is your Natarajasana dancer's pose. 5, 4. Focus in the morning. 3. Focus in the morning. 2. And 1. Bring it back. Bring it back. Sing it back. Bring it back. Bring it back to me. Exhale, forward fold. Yeah, see, like you can tell already, this microphone on the side is giving me some troubles, yes? Good, arms at your sides, wonderful. One more pose, dancer's pose. I'm gonna quarter out. This is standing on the left, reaching back with the right. So, talk to your body. Reach your hand back. It's almost like you're reaching for a friend who's behind you, and you just send your hand back, and you know your friend is going to be there. And you say, foot, yes. Come to me. Hi, there you are. Now let's go. Natarajasana, the dancer's pose. Nothing's really going down. Everything's really going up, 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 up. Rays of the sun, 5. Yes, yes, rays of the sun. 4, push the foot back into your hand. 3, difficult for the morning practice. 2, focus, focus, focus. And 1, relieve the pose. Okay, sweet. Sweetness, exhale, forward fold. Oh, my. Okay, now we're gonna come on down and have a seat. Wonderful. Now for you, what are you gonna do? Maybe roll back onto your back. That's actually what I want you to do. Get yourself all settled in. Roll back on your back. Give your knees a hug. Will you do that for me? Yeah, you will. You're on your back. Give your knees a hug. Good. While you're resting there, if you have 10 more minutes and you can practice, what could you do? You could rest in Shavasana. You could get your blankets, your pillows. Yes? Rest and meditate in Shavasana. You could do 10 minutes of a Yoga Nidra exercise. Yoga Nidra, N-I-D-R-A. If you have 10 extra minutes. Some of you want to do finishing poses. You could do 5 minutes pigeon pose on the right, 5 minutes pigeon pose on the left. What else? The plow pose and shoulder stand. That's probably what I would do. Plow pose and shoulder stand. Yeah. Legs up a wall. Very good. Yes, legs up a wall. Very good. And of course, just sitting in your lotus, coming up and sitting in your lotus, and taking 10 minutes of your meditation practice. Maybe you have an app or meditation video that you'd like to follow. But the point is give yourself a finish to your online classes. Give yourself a finish that is all yours. And I want to thank you very much for joining in. And if you've been following, you made it all the way to the end. Thank you. If you've been following the video, you made it all the way to the end. And so I remind everyone, you can find me on YouTube as Yogi Cecily. And definitely come to my website, cecilysyogaretreats.com. Check it out. I'm going to be making some changes in March. So maybe you want to come on now and subscribe now. And then you'll be like, oh, here are all these changes in March. That's Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com. I do classes and online private sessions. You can also find me on Instagram as Cecily_yogi. All right, that's it for today. I will see you Saturday on Facebook, 12 noon, for Flow Yoga Mob. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye. Gonna take my stick.
You done?